Hello again, creatures. Welcome back. Today, we're looking into a horror game. It must be a horror game because it has fear in the title. This is Examination of Fear. And we are going to be examining our fears, and maybe at the same time examining your fears. So, let's play it. Boom. We're putting on the tape, we're watching the white noise, and everything is golden.
Hello.
Head
Welcome
examiner.
To the RPG examination module. This is an examination for the entrance in our organization. We are going to show you a few images, and you will choose if they seem scary or not. Please be honest towards your answers, as it is for your own safety. And yes, your choices will have consequences. Good luck.
Okay. You are very quiet. Oh, what? Oh, that's really strange. And, oh. Ah, God. Damn it, that's... Okay. By the way, I just want to point out, it's not something I'm capturing, but the window of this game changed its title to something else. Entrance Examination 1821. That's not what this game is called, but it changed. And before that, it said something like error 696969. Repeating. Okay, so this. Is this scary or is it not scary? It's a ghost, but not really a ghost. It's like the traditional ghosty sheets with the two cutout holes for the eyes costume of a ghost, and not a real ghost. Is this scary or is it not scary? I say it's maybe traditionally scary. I mean, this image is kind of scary, but does it elicit a fearful response in me? Not really. But, on the other hand, this is still something that could, depending on how well they do the eyes, they could make this into something that could mask their identity if they try to, say, come after me and harm me, or maybe try to kill me. And that's kind of unnerving, horrifying, right? So, is it scary or is it not scary? I'm just going to go ahead and say it's eeny, meeny, miny, morsey of the cup that I drink my water out of. It is not scary. A skeletony. A skeleton. Nah. I don't think so. Is that a really long neck? Or is that just me? That neck looks a little bit long, but actually maybe not. Maybe not. maybe it's not that long. Maybe not. Skeletons are not scary. They're cool. They're cool, right? They're inside all of us. Just a skeleton on its own, that's just bones. It's just bones, you know? That one's probably easier than the other one. Ooh. 14 add AJJR5. Okay. I think that one could probably be scary because I can't tell what it is. Whoops. I can't tell exactly what that is. That might be a dog, right? Or some kind of animal with the light reflecting from some kind of flash or some kind of light source off of their eyes, like you typically see in photographs and video of animals, and sometimes people, actually. Sometimes light will reflect off of the corneas and create this effect, and it's kind of creepy. But since I actually can't tell what exactly it is, I think it is a dog. I think I see, like, what may be a collar here. Maybe the nose is, like, sort of down here. It's kind of head-shaped, kind of like a dog. It's a little dark down here. It's still kind of scary because I can't really tell exactly what it is, but it's not making me shiver with terror. You know what? Let's switch it up and let's say it's scary. Let's just say it. Now, what in God's name is that? That looks like... Is this a costumed person here? With, like... a face and a big wide mouth or something. What am I looking at? Am I looking at a cross section of a railroad track? Where this is the rail and this is like the bottom part? What is this? I don't know. Sorry. I'm not... I don't get enough information. I mean... That kind of felt like a bit of a dream sequence a little bit. You guys know how you sometimes have dreams and people or things in your dreams kind of like start looking one way, but then they continually morph into something else? It felt very much like that, although that morphing was much more subtle. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let's say it is scary. Why not? Is that weed? What is this? What is this? It looks like a plant or a close-up of a pine cone. That's not scary. And what's this supposed to be? Like a weird Rorschach test or something? It actually kind of looks like... Okay, it looks like these are teeth. And this is like the bottom jaw of something. And this is all... Oh, what is that? These kind of look like face masks. Like the masks that go on like above your nose and cover your eyes and stuff, but allow your mouth to go through. Like masquerade masks. But I don't... It's weird, but it's not scary, you know? Oh. Oh, is it trying to... It's here. Hi. Oh, it's taking my fears and trying to put them into this image right here. Yes, indeed. The beady eyes and the shape. Although, this shape that you've picked... Not quite doing it for me. The original picture was much scarier than this, but okay. Yes, it's here. What is this? A clown? Sorry. I don't find clowns to be scary. This one is kind of scarier, but he just looks like he got hurt in his eye. Yeah, that's not scary either. That's kind of scary. I can't tell if that's a person or a mask or a statue or something. It's kind of eerie looking. Also, I see a little bit of light detail down there. I see a little bit of light down here, light detail down here. I cannot tell if that is actually something in the image or not in the image. It's kind of creepy. Let's shake things up and say it's scary. Hello, Examiner. Is the Examiner scary? You're terrifying. Can I just hit both? Can I spam both? Let me just say that. Test subject alive. What? What is going on? Are we gonna look up and see a bunch of Blair Witch figures? Why do you... Why do you make us suffer? Why do you make us suffer? Who am I making suffer? The Examiner? Examiner, are you suffering? Do you want a drink or something? I could get you a drink if you want. Upside down face, person, hi. Test subject dead. Running won't work. Play dead. Uh, ow. Nothing there, not scary. Do you fear God? Not really. No. Nah. Do I fear the devil? Definitely not. He seems like a chill guy. Seems like a chill dude. Do I fear lies? Interesting. I don't fear... I don't... this is hard. Do I fear lies? That's not asking, like, do I fear specific lies, but do I fear deception? I don't... sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't, because the thing with deception is sometimes it can be used in a way to save a person, or in a way that's kind of beneficial in a way, especially when it comes to, like, lying to ourselves about things, as, like, let's say there's a horrible truth we don't want to get comfortable with. Sometimes, just to prevent us from going insane, we come up with our own sort of version of it, which is a lie, and we kind of live through that. It is a form of deception. It is still a lie, but it's kind of something that we sort of do to help us, go through life. But at the same time, people use deception to get advantage on other people, to manipulate others, to try and hurt others, and so it's kind of... But you know what? I feel like this game might actually use deception to creep me out, which makes me think I kind of want to see that. So let's pick yes. Do I fear the truth? Do we think Jack Nicholson is right when he says you can't handle the truth? Or are we going to be bold and say, no, I have no fear of the truth. Whatever the truth is, I will accept it. No. Do I fear losing my loved ones? Kind of, but also not really, because oh, that sounds awful to say, but it's not that... I do, but it's almost as I'm almost as fearful of that as I am, losing my own life, right? Death is death, right? We're all going to meet it. The scary thing, I think, is how we go out and if it can be prevented. So I think this is kind of a loaded question. Well, not really a loaded question, at least not in terms of logic being a loaded question, but I'm going to say yes. I'm curious how the game is going to use that against me. Do I fear love? Dude, love is the scariest fucking thing in the world. It's terrifying. Do I fear death? Nah. Do I fear suffering? You know what? Yeah, because I don't know. I can think. Let's think about this for a moment. I can think of horrible things that I've gone through in life as suffering, but that ain't got nothing on what someone else might be able to inflict on me, and I have no idea, like, how bad that could be. Like, I could think I have an idea of what suffering is, and I might see someone else go through something, but if I don't go through that, or if I don't go through something that someone else hasn't, like, come up with as a form of suffering, that could be so much worse. So I honestly think suffering is terrifying because there's levels of suffering, and if you were to go through them, that would just render the other forms of suffering like child's play. Like, I don't know how bad suffering can actually be, because the worst that I've been through, right? Let's just say, hypothetically, the worst that I've been through may not be the worst that I could go through. So I'm going to say yes. That's terrifying. Do I fear myself? Nah, I'm not afraid of myself. Do you fear me? Yeah. Are you trying to get me to go to sleep? Okay, you don't know how many of us died here. No, I don't know how many died here. They killed everyone I could have called my family. I saw it right in front of my eyes. They were torn apart into flesh and blood. I could not save them. All I did was pray that I wasn't next. Why did you not help me, God?
Examination recorded. You will be mailed your results by the next Sunday. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye, examiner. Is that it? Is that really it? Is that the end? Game by Tejas Joshi. Tejas Joshi. I apologize if I'm butchering that again. Okay. Interesting. I did not think it would be a kind of psychological kind of game. I feel like that honestly had a lot more potential energy than kinetic energy. You know what I mean? There's stuff there that really kind of gets into a little bit of an existential kind of thought experiment when asking these kinds of questions, but I feel like it could have gone even further with it, especially if you were going to mess with someone in a way where you're kind of trying to figure out what someone is afraid of and then maybe feed that back to the player in a way where it's like, oh, this game is actually scaring you. Kind of in a similar way to like, if you guys have heard of Pony Island, in a way that game kind of does, you know, something similar where there's a little bit of almost like a meta thing going on between the player, not like you as the person, but rather the player in the game interacting with this other entity, like in this game, the examiner. If there was just something a little bit more going on that can really kind of mess with a person, like the player's perception of what they're actually playing, and tap into those psychological fears, I think it would be a little bit more interesting. But right now it was just sort of like, do you fear me? Do you fear suffering? Do you fear death? And then we just have something play at the end, and it's just, oh, I watched my family die, and I suffered, and I prayed to God that it would all end. And it felt like that was kind of a culmination of figuring out what my answers were before and how it relates to this ending scene. I feel like it was compiling my answers and putting it into a scene for me, but that scene itself wasn't really that scary or frightful or even thought-provoking. It felt like it kind of like falls short, but it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting concept. I just feel like this could take those ideas and go even further, especially with these kinds of questions. Like you could almost get someone to, you know, really think about their answers. Like, for instance, take the question about lies, right? Are you afraid of lies, right? How deep can you go? How deep can you press a player into going, hey, you are afraid of lies, but what does that actually mean? What if lying could save a life? But what if lying could end a life? What if lying to yourself saves you, but hurts someone else? Like, things like that. And you could go even further, and it's like, how do you know I haven't been lying to you this game? How do you know that I haven't been, like, going through the files on your computer and rearranging them? Because one of the things that this game did, at least in the game window, is that the actual name of this application changed while I was playing it. And if you do something like that and then have a line in the game that says, I've been messing with your computer, how do you know I wasn't lying? That could scare the fuck out of someone. But that, you know, that could be one of the things where you take it to the next level. But all in all, I think it was all right. It was an all right game. I enjoyed it, but those are some of the things that I was thinking of while playing it for where it could go next if you were going to continue with this concept. But anyway, that was Examination of Fear. Right now, my window says RPE Entrance Examination in parentheses 1821. But anyway, that is the game. I'm all set with it. And you can find that over on itch.io. It is by this person, Tejas Joshi. Again, sorry if I'm butchering your very last name. And that is all I've got for you. So thank you for hanging out, enjoying that. Hopefully, you weren't too terrified by thinking about these existential kind of questions, or even thinking about yourself and what you're afraid of, and that you can get some good sleep tonight. So have a good night, everyone. I'll see you some other video, some other time. Later.